Hello, beautiful people, and it is Terry Messenger. And I would just love to bring to you some massive value tonight. And firstly, I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am and, what this live stream is going to be about. Well, it's about being able to actually connect yourself to your highest self. Now, I'd love you to say hello as you're jumping on, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just a little bit stressed and maybe just a little bit frazzled even, because I've had a lot of technology problems. I have been on a wonderful call with some beautiful people who are actually training to do the body and mind transformation, and we have just had one glitch after another. And so therefore right now I am what I would call the kind of state that I'm in is a little bit I suppose maybe a little bit anxious, a little bit stressed. Good evening, Claudia. And I just want to be really authentic with you because I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I love to deliver and I like to honour my word and do what I'm saying I'm going to do. Hello, Kat. And I see that you guys, these beautiful people that are on, these people are people that I'm supporting, I'm journeying with, people that are becoming coaches, people that have learned the art of how to master your life. So let me be an example, because obviously I've had to be honest and let you guys know that I'm a little stressed. So what do you do when you're a little stressed? If you're stressed and you're perhaps in a little bit of a frazzle like what I'm in, is that going to make you productive? The fact is it's not, because things are kind of going really fast in your body. So what do? You need to slow yourself down. Now, the best way to slow yourself down and make a really fast, radical change, you guys, is to take a deep breath in. Say hello as I take a deep breath in and then out through the mouth. And that kind of just changes the nervous system. And then lean into your problem. Don't run away from your problem, you guys. One of the biggest things is that people have problems, they have emotions, they have things that go on in their life, and instead of mastering, themselves and saying, what do I need to learn from this? What they're doing is they're saying, oh, here we go again, or they're saying, why does this always happen to me? Well, that is a victim mentality, and it's really super important that you have a mastermind mentality. Now, what's it going to mean, you guys, when you master your mind? I'm going to tell you. What it's going to mean is that everything, not just one thing, is going to change. When you change your mindset, what's going to happen is it's going to have a domino effect. So it'll have a ripple effect on your life. But what you need to do is you need to really be in a position where you firstly know that you have a default switch. Now, that default switch means that you are connected with everything from your memory, because that's how you know who you are, right? How do you know you're you? How do you know that you are you? How do you know if you like chocolate? How do you know if you like taking a stroll through the park or walking along a beach? Or how do you know if you like, a certain song that you may listen to? You know because you remember. What if you forgot everything though? What if you actually released all of everything and recreated yourself again? Well, do you know, one of the things that I've had to really train my brain to do is to flick off that switch of the old default button, because sometimes it can cause us to eat the wrong food. It can cause us to do things that are maybe, not motivated, or, to be in kind of habits that are not actually good for your life. So really, imagine if you were able to connect in with your future self. Wouldn't that be nice, beautiful people? Say hello to me as you're jumping on. And what I'd like to say is a lot of people that are actually on right now have gone through the process of rebirthing, okay? So rebirthing means that, they are letting go of the past. And, letting go of the past doesn't mean to say that you just you resent the things that are going on. What you've got to know is that every emotion that you feel, you guys, everything that you go through is a purpose in your life. Now, what if I told you, here is the most interesting thing. What if I told you that your purpose and your story and your glory will come from your biggest pain? What if I told you that? Well, that's what these guys, a lot of the guys that are on right now, they know that. And this is what I call the master key. And the master key means it's about embracing your life. It's about going, well, all the pain that I've ever had, all the bad habits, what do I need to learn from it? And when you can understand what you need to learn from it and you embrace it, and you actually catch yourself out by actually bringing up that emotional pain. So instead of just defaulting into it and falling into bad habits, what you do is you go, right. And this is like when we were on the Bali retreat, I got people to face the pain that... Sorry, somebody just tried to ring me. That was really strange. Sorry about that. So here we are back again. So I may have technology really challenging me. Hello, Jude from New Zealand. So Jude flew in from New Zealand to Bali. We had people come in from Queensland. We had people fly in from Perth, Western Australia. And I know that, these people, what happened was they became a master of their lives, because suddenly they looked at all the things that they had been through. Hello there, Bronwyn. And what happens is this. Everybody's got a unique blueprint. And when you can look at your pain as your glory, because it is your story, it's like your mess becomes your message. And so what happens is these people, I get them to face the pain, face the emotion, face the bad habits, look at the things that they want to get rid of, and actually bring it on. Bring it on, because by you actually bringing it on, what that means, hello there, Des, what that actually means by you bringing it on is you're taking control. You are mastering, and all of a sudden that emotion's going, hey, hang on a minute. I wasn't due to come up. I wasn't triggered. Nobody, I was supposed to come up when somebody annoyed you, or I was supposed to come up when you started to feel lonely, or I was supposed to show up when you were in that Achilles heel. But then suddenly you have actually taken control. You have brought your actual weakness to the forefront, and you're staring it in the face and you're saying, I understand that you are here to protect me. But you know what? This is an old pair of shoes from the past. It's like an old life that you had before. I don't need you anymore, but I thank you. And you know what? When they kiss that goodbye, when they release it, they face it, they lean into it, they embody it, they embrace it. You know what? In that moment, they're actually letting it go. That means that the attack on their nervous system is over. Now, a lot of people in this that are watching right now, and I want to say hello to you all, and I just want to take a deep breath, because when you take a deep breath, this is the way to take control of an emotion. If you've got an emotion that you've got that you don't like, take a deep breath in through your nose. Go like this. And then breathe out. That's right. Now you're changing your whole nervous system, and then say, what do I want to feel like? What do I want to feel like right now? Well, I want to feel empowered. I want to feel relaxed. I want to feel calm. I want to empower you. And so that is changing your nervous system. That is also boosting your immunity. So, there is a domino effect of mastering your life. And, there are some strategies that I know that these guys are putting into place. And we have also, we use plant. We use a plant that where it detoxes the body, and where our body and our whole nervous system, it's like a holistic homeostasis ecstasy, because when your mindset is clear. Now, I want you to think about this, you guys. Have you ever been through a storm? Drop down yes if you've ever been through a storm in your life. Now, what happens when there's a storm? There's a lot of wind, right? There's a lot of wind, and there's a lot of stuff surging around. There's a lot of noise. It can be really noisy. I actually lost the roof off my house once through a flash flood windstorm, and nearly lost everything. And I didn't know what I know today about that. And I was in my previous life with my initial husband. And I remember we just, you have to run for cover, and you don't care about your possessions anymore. You don't, you're not worried about the materialistic things you own, because suddenly it's about, you want to make sure that you're safe, your house is okay. And let me tell you, if you've been through a storm, the storm is to actually shift the junk. It is to declutter your life. So you don't ever need to look at the pain that you've had. You can sit in your pain if you really want to. You can be a victim if you choose and have a pity party for the rest of your life. Or you can actually make a change and say, right, you can make a stand in your life. You can say, I am not going to be available for this anymore, because I know that's exactly what I did. I know that's exactly what people on the retreat did. Face up to the stuff. And there's a lot of people that they feel that they need certainty in their life, and that they feel rocked if they don't have that certainty. Well, instead of feeling like so rocked and feeling so anxious about the things that you may not feel certain about, spare a thought for this. Uncertainty is the breeding of adventure. It is adventure, you guys. You can turn the way you look at everything around. If you take control of your mindset, if you recognize the pain you have had because you've got an original blueprint, nobody else has it. It's like your thumbprint, it's like your fingerprint, right? That means that you have something very unique to offer the world. Now, what if I told you that your pain and your story is your glory? Your mess is your message. And that is why so many people that are watching, and please drop down in the comments any testimonials or any comments, you guys, that you might like to make, so people out there can see that now these guys are taking their story out into the world, and they are coached and trained by myself to be able to help you, to be able to bring something to your life. Now, what if you wanted to have that? What if you wanted to have more influence? What if you are a leader, or you're in an MLM company, or you're in a business, or you're in a family, or you're in a position where you just want to be able to help other people? Well, what if I told you that what I'm doing, the work that I'm doing, once upon a time, yes, I used to actually do this work with people and help them release their trauma and stress. But now I give the tools to people to take ownership and to master their own life, and guess what? They transform themselves. Now, I would love dearly to actually work with you if you're wanting to, number one, like a lot of the coaches on here, release trauma and stress from your life. Number two, if you would love to be able to be the master of your own destiny, to detach yourself from the default buttons of the triggers of the past and connect in with your higher self. You see, if you can connect in with your higher self, you can create a blueprint of your future that you can call in to the now, and you can start living your life. I know that that's how my life is, and my life is not perfect. Like I said, the fact that I got on here late and all of the issues and the glitches, I mean, that's not a problem really. I mean, gosh, if that's the only problem I've got a really good life. But the fact is that every single problem you have can be turned around. There's nothing in the world, even when you think it is the worst possible thing in the world. I'm not here to tell you that some of the bad stuff that's happened to you will ever be good, because it probably won't. That's the long and short of it. There's some pretty treacherous things that happen to people, but what I am saying is that those can be the rock solid, thank you Jude, thank you, that can be the rock solid foundation for you to build your empire. And your empire is the empire you deserve. So I want you to take control. You can do a couple of the little things I've taught you today, such as taking that deep breath in through the nose and breathing out, centering your focus on your inner core and asking yourself the question, what is it that I want to feel right now? You will change your whole disposition. If you learn to do something simple like that, you'll just have a remedy right there in that moment that is going to actually strengthen your immune system. It's going to stop those blazing things that go off in the body, and it's going to promote your well-being. So here's what I want to love you guys and leave you with, because now I want you to know that your pain, you can know that your pain is going to be your glory. And I want you to know that if you've got pain in your life, you need to conquer it. And when you conquer it, when you embrace it, when you learn from it, you have a gift to give to the world. And whether you do that because it's a service that you offer, or whether you do that because you're a leader, whether you do that because you're a parent or a community worker or an influencer, I cannot stress, and please keep calm, how important it is for you to own your life and to know that you truly deserve to have the greatest life possible. So life's never going to be perfect, guys. I'm not here to say that it ever will be, because even with every negative thing that comes our way, it's growth, it's your next stepping stone, it is your next opportunity to elevate, expand, and yes, Jude, your pain became your gain. That's beautiful. And it's people like Jude that make magnificent coaches. It's people like Claudia, that's people like all the people on here. And I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Go back and watch the start of this live. I trust that I've added massive value to you. If you would like to have a free discovery call with me to find out more about what I'm doing, private message me, because I would love to work with you. And I've got testimonials in the comments now, so there's nothing like social proof. Much love to you. Remember, take deep breaths and results count.